Okay, let's have a go at making a Solutrean biface. I'll try some ultra thinning. And the trick here is going to be to thin the piece without losing too much width or length. We'll just start with our usual bifacing around the outside, alternate flaking. Just get the roughed out biface first. That's one edge. Try this edge. Don't lose too much of that tip length there. Getting the overall shape now. Last hit and we've got the rough out. Okay, that's our rough out. We've got pointed at both ends, which is typical of the Solutrean shape. And we've got bifacial edging all the way around. So now we need to do some grinding. Start to get some very long flake scars, and as you'll see, we need to isolate platforms. And we're going to go for some of the classic kind of overshot type flaking here. So you can see the long flake scars that peel off. Here we've got a sheared cone. Typical sort of biface thinning flake. Just do this for alternate sides. Right to the middle. Now to isolate these platforms to get the best result. So we basically hit on either side of our platform. Make a little divot, little projection, so that's the projection there, and then we grind it. Best if we do a little bit of faceting here. Just bring that platform edge up a tiny bit. Bring it up to that line of intersection, so we're going to try and pop one right through here now. These platforms will become tiny later on in the sequence. There's a very long thinning plate. Do something from the other side now. Start by faceting the platform, then we'll isolate it and grind it. Pop it off. So now we'll isolate it. Just take a few little flakes from either side so it's quite isolated. Good grinding. And away we go. Nice long flake scar. It's gone right across the midline there. Classic thinning flake produced in the process, so it's got a lot of curvature along its length, tiny In this case, the platform's actually sheared off, and a lot of flake scars, a high density of flake scars on the dorsal surface. Okay, let's just keep working our way along. So we might take our next one here, get rid of some of this mass. Facet it to make it the right shape, the right edge angle. Then isolate it. It's already projecting a bit, so no need to go too crazy at this stage. Okay, so we've brought that platform edge right up to this surface now, below this area of mass. Isolate it, and we grind it. And big long flake scar right across, shattered. That's dramatically thinned the biface in that position now. Okay, let's move along to here. It's a good idea to leave these little deltas, they call them, in between. Just helps to create these nice ridges that you can follow. So rather than put the next blow right here, bring it along further so you can follow this ridge. That'll help to make the flake scars travel further. Right on this edge here now. That one's coming across like so. Didn't take off quite as much of the mass as I wanted here, but it's alright, we'll work our way into it. Okay, I think we can give that spot another little bop now. Run right across the midline as well. Okay. Just got the small thin flakes here just to reduce that mass delicately. Okay, now we can make our way along this side. Sometimes the abrading stone can make the isolation for you just as easily as chipping it. Across there. Take too much off the point just yet. Work our way down into that. Some thin flakes. Okay, so that side's getting quite flat now, and we're going to have to concentrate some effort on this side, this surface now. Might start here. Again, just bring our platform edges up without losing too much width. Treading a difficult, delicate line there. You want to be able to bring the platform edges up, but not lose too much width with each go. Okay. As much as I dare take off there just yet. Let's take some off on this side. We're going to have to be careful here. We're running out of width. Just bring this edge up, just like we do in the thin bifacing video. Bring it up as high as we can. almost certainly will lose a bit more of that tip, but let's not lose too much of it. Might even need to bring one up along this ridge here. I might just lose a tiny bit of that tip for now, just to thin this end here a little bit. And we can come this way. Bring this platform edge up a little bit more. It's a bit tough. There's a chunk of that gone. A bit of a tip lost. Inevitable, I think. If we make a nice strong platform here, we should be able to drive these guys right off. We've thinned down the tip of that now enormously. It's a huge part of the job done. Big thinning flake that's come off in the process. Let's take this one here now. Good. And we just crush that platform ever so slightly, so we just need to facet it, strengthen it up a bit. It brings the edge up, gives it a nice strong platform edge, so I can give it a good whack. Might use a smaller hammer for this bit. There we go. Good job of that. Now this lump, we might be better off tackling it from back here so we don't snap the end off. So do a bit of platform preparation along here now. We tackle that from about here, right in the middle of it. There it goes. Some more. Tighten up. We'll get one more off there. We've still got plenty of width in the middle here, so we can afford to lose a little bit more. Convex cross section there. Let's see if we can get a nice big thin flake through here now. Thin down the middle part of the biface a bit more, since the tip's now looking pretty good. Isolate the platform, let it stick out a little bit, grind it. It's nice and strong. And then warp it. Long thin flake through the middle there. Let's do this one just a little bit further back over this way. Platform here. There's a bit of a step termination there, so I might come from this side a little bit more. There's that one. Now, if we take one from this side, we'll get rid of this lump here. Once again, plenty of width to spare. few flakes off there to bring that platform edge up. Okay, no more width please. Okay, we'll give that a grind. Start with this nice big thick one here in the middle. Hopefully we can take off a whole bunch of this mess here in one go. There we go. Let's run to the middle, past. It really is essential to grind these platforms, otherwise you could end up shattering them, getting a nasty step termination, which you do not want at this stage. Makes everything difficult after. Okay, isolated ground platform, nice and close to the centre of mass. And that flake scar, as you run into the middle, it's broken up at the end there. We'll get those pieces will flick off shortly, but we've now got two big channel flakes running through the middle there, nice big flake scars. Okay, let's make our way along a little bit further now. You can watch this at 2 times speed if all the preparation's a bit boring, which it can be. Okay, let's see if we can get rid of this lump now. Okay, let's do some more on this side. Just work our way along. Platform up. Overly fragile edges do nothing but cause problems. We want strong edges that are well ground. Okay, that's overhanging a bit too much, so let's trim that back a bit. That will just crush otherwise. Okay, let's go into here now. Whoa, that one ran all the way to the other side. So this is what they call overshot flaking. It's a typical kind of flake that results from hitting a very strongly faceted ground platform, and it will actually run right to the opposite edge. It just clipped that edge very slightly, and it's a way of dramatically thinning the biface. Do you have to be careful? You can go too far. Take off too much of the opposite edge. Just going to give this one a little bit on the opposite side there. Let's take off this little bit from here. And let's just brought that across there like so.